Today, we're going to unpack a mindset hack that could completely change how you walk into your next job interview. Seriously, it's a pretty simple shift in focus, but it reveals where your real impact comes from, and, well, it's probably not where you think it is.
Okay, so picture this. Have you ever walked out of an interview thinking, wow, I absolutely nailed it? I mean, you had a perfect answer for every single question, you knew your resume inside and out, but then you still get that polite, thanks but no thanks email. It's so frustrating, and it happens all the time.
And that's really the core question, isn't it? You've done all the work, you have the skills, you've rehearsed your talking points over and over. So what is the missing piece of the puzzle? Well, the answer might surprise you, because it has way less to do with what you say and everything to do with how you say it.
Let's break this down, because this is wild. According to some pretty groundbreaking communication research, the actual words you use, your perfectly crafted, rehearsed answers, they only account for about 7% of your total impact on the interviewer. 7%? Just think about all the hours you spent memorizing answers, and it's for just a tiny fraction of the overall impression.
Now look at this jump. A much, much bigger piece of the pie, 38%, comes from your tone of voice. This is your vocal clarity, the confidence in your voice, the rise and fall of your pitch. You could almost think of it as the music playing behind your words.
And here it is, the biggest component of all. A massive 55% of how you're perceived comes from your body language. We're talking about your posture, your eye contact, your facial expressions, even your hand gestures. This is the silent conversation you're having with the interviewer, whether you realize it or not.
So when you put it all together, here's the whole picture. It's known as the 7-38-55 rule. And what it shows is that a staggering 93% of your communication is nonverbal. It's not just about the content, it's all about the delivery.
Now, this principle comes from a psychologist named Mehrabian, and here's what it means in the real world. When your words say one thing, like I'm a confident leader, but your body language says something else, maybe you're slumping or avoiding eye contact, the interviewer will almost always believe your body language. Every time.
This really reveals a huge disconnect in how most of us prepare for interviews, right? We focus almost entirely on the 7%, the words. The mindset hack is to shift your energy to where it really matters, the 93%. That means working on a confident presence and projecting authenticity through your tone and your body.
But why is this so powerful? I mean, why would an interviewer care more about your posture than your list of accomplishments? Well, it's because our brains are basically running on ancient software. We're wired for survival, and that means we are built to read trustworthiness and intent in other people long before we ever process their complex sentences.
And the data on this is just staggering. Look at these top reasons for rejection. They have nothing to do with qualifications. 67% linked to a lack of eye contact, 45% to fidgeting or excessive movement, 40% to poor posture. You see, these aren't minor details. For many interviewers, they are absolute deal breakers.
And this happens because first impressions form incredibly fast. Research shows that an interviewer's gut feeling about you is pretty much set in the first few seconds of meeting you. Everything you say after that point gets filtered through that initial judgment they've already made.
Okay, so that's the theory. It's pretty compelling stuff, but how do we actually use this? Let's get right into the action plan and talk about how you can put that 93% to work for you in your very next interview.
Okay, here are 3 simple but incredibly effective steps. First, record yourself. I know, it might feel super awkward, but it's the only way to see what the interviewer sees. Watch your posture, listen to your tone. Second, consciously align your presence from the second you walk in the door. A firm handshake, sitting upright, speaking clearly, these things set the stage. And finally, simulate the whole experience. Do a mock interview with a friend to make this all feel natural, not like something you've just memorized.
So, how should you balance your prep time? Look, this doesn't mean you should ignore your answers. Absolutely not. You should probably spend about half your time on the what, the words, but you need to dedicate the other half to the how and the who, your tone and your body language. This makes sure all 3 elements are working together, telling the same story.
And this brings us to what I think is the most important point of all. This isn't about learning to act or trying to fake confidence. It's about cultivating something real from the inside out.
It really comes down to this. If you're sitting there saying, I'm a great team player, but your body is all closed off and your tone is flat, the message is completely lost. The goal is alignment, where your words, your tone, and your body all tell the same confident, convincing story.
Ultimately, the 7-38-55 rule isn't some kind of trick.
It's a reminder that genuine confidence isn't a script you can just memorize. It's a feeling you embody. And when you truly feel it, your posture, your tone, and your entire presence will follow naturally, without you even having to think about it.
And that's the final thought I want to leave you with. When you walk into your next interview, just ask yourself this one question. Are you there to just deliver confident answers? Or are you showing up with a confident presence? Because that right there is the difference that gets you hired.